Hey y'all, I'm Denisha and welcome to Payroll Made Pretty, where we break down paychecks, taxes, and payroll in plain English. If you've ever looked at your paycheck and wondered who told them to take that out, you're not alone. Today we're talking about one of the biggest paycheck mysteries, why your paycheck looks smaller than you expected. Let's get into it. So when you start a new job, they'll usually tell you your salary or hourly rate. That number, before any deductions or taxes, is called your gross pay. The number that actually hits your bank account is your net pay or your take-home pay. There's a lot that happens in between your gross pay and your net pay. So let's look into it. Your federal taxes is based on what you earn and the selections that you make on your federal W-4. Then you have your state and local taxes, which differ based on the state that you live in. Some states actually don't have a withholding tax, so that's a whole other story. But for the states that do have one, that is also usually based on, once again, how much you make and how you complete their W-4. Next is FICA. FICA is Social Security tax and Medicare tax. Both of those taxes fund the Social Security and Medicare programs. So those taxes are also mandatory. The Social Security tax is 6.2% of your gross wages, and the Medicare tax is 1.45% of your gross wages. Those combined make up 7.65% of your gross wages. Those are taxes that you will always pay as long as you are under a certain wage amount. So those are all of your required taxes that usually all of us will have to pay. Okay, so let's get into an actual example. So the example that I'm using is someone who makes $20 an hour and works for 40 hours a week. So their gross pay is going to be $800. I have used hypothetical numbers for the federal and state tax because, as I stated, those depend on your selections on your federal W-4 and your state W-4. So we're using made up numbers for those two taxes. But for Social Security, we're doing 6.2% of $80, and you can see what our number is based on the example that I'm showing you. And then you also see $800 times 1.45%, which is calculating your Medicare tax as well. So we are calculating your federal tax, your state tax, your Social Security tax, and your Medicare tax. Those are 4 taxes that are usually required. So let's calculate your paycheck now. Okay, so again, we're starting with $800 as your gross pay. We're going to subtract $57 for your federal tax, $26 for your state tax, $49.60 for your Social Security tax, and $11.60 for your Medicare tax. So subtract all of those numbers and we're left with $655.80. So that is your take-home pay, which is totally normal. Was that easy, y'all? I think that was pretty easy. Y'all let me know in the comments, was that a pretty simple way to calculate your net pay? Okay, so let's get into some key takeaways from this video. So my first key takeaway is gross pay equals total earnings. The amount you earn before any taxes, insurance, or deductions are taken out. Your net pay equals your take-home pay. The amount you actually receive after all required deductions is what is deposited into your bank account. Okay, the next takeaway is that your net pay can vary. Changes in benefits, tax withholding, or overtime hours all make your check look higher or lower. The next takeaway is your check probably isn't wrong, but you're going to know now because you now know how to calculate your paycheck. It's just very detailed. Understanding what's coming out helps you take control of your money, plan ahead, and avoid surprises. I hope this helped you understand why your paycheck looks smaller than expected. If you would like more videos like this, including like what is FICA, how to fill out your federal W-4, just a breakdown of your pay stub, all of those things are coming up. So if you would like to see videos like that, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel, Payroll Made Pretty. Because on this channel, we make payroll make sense and we make payroll pretty. See you in the next video. Bye, y'all.